Morning guys, what's up? I hope you're all having an awesome day. So today I actually got a few little things for the Skyline that I want to do. I understand that I just got the Falcon up to 600 horsepower and I am probably going to make another video with that one today, but I am waiting for some new tires, some Bridgestone RE33s, and I cannot find them in Brisbane anyway. It is mental. There is no stock in the Bridgestone headquarters or anything. Yeah, it's crazy. And the sizes that I need, it doesn't really help because I need a 245 by 35 R19. And everyone's got like heaps of 18s, heaps of 20s and everything, and no one's got 19s. So yeah, at the moment, the car really scares me to drive, but I'll get there. I'm gonna go out for another drive today. And then I think tonight off camera, I might even see if I can go to some quiet streets and see if I can just learn the way that the boost comes on and everything now that sort of I've had it for a night and sort of can get like a fresh brain on it and everything. So yeah, anyway, today I thought we could do a few little things to the Skyline, so I'll quickly show you some stuff. I am like super keen to get this sort. If you guys know the Skyline light up badges for the garnishes on the back, as soon as I saw it, I was adamant that I wanted that in my car. And even though it is a drift car, obviously I wasn't going to spend the full $700 to $800 that people now sell these for. I was just going to make a cheap one. I saw a few forums, a lot of them use like LED panels and everything, and it kind of had like hot spots where the light would come through, and yeah, some of it just wouldn't look great. So over the past month or so, I've sort of been collecting parts and ordering parts from America to potentially make one of these like light up R33 Skyline garnishes and potentially do it better than what they do on the forums. Now, as I said, I would not be happy if there was like hot spots and everything with this sort of badge, and also LEDs with what they were doing and what they recommended and what fit behind there, they were too bright. Like, they were as bright as the tail lights, and they were just, yeah, I didn't really like them too much. However, I remember seeing on one of Adam LZ's videos where he got his 240 badge and also his LZ MFG sort of banner done and lit up with an EL panel. And that got me thinking, I wonder if you could actually get EL panels that would fit in that little small section. Turns out there was an Etsy store that actually had this EL strip, which is 1 meter by 3 centimeters. And I measured it all up, and I need a 40 centimeter by 3 centimeter. And you can cut these up, it's perfect. So this is absolutely perfect. And now also I had to worry about what color I was going to go, because the original Skyline badge that lights up, and I'll put a picture up right now, it is like an aqua blue-ish kind of color, like a bluey green kind of color. And very similar to the plates they have over in Japan, which looks sick, by the way. I want to try and make a set of them too. And luckily for me, they actually had it the bluish, greenish kind of aqua color, which is going to match up perfectly to the age and sort of style of when they came out from factory. And then I ran into an issue. I don't know how I'm going to keep that Skyline garnish clear, because I'm not exactly sure how I can paint on the inside and get the Skyline badge perfect. So we're going to run out super cheap right now. It's going to be sort of the only way that I can kind of get around it, and that is by painting the outside. I'll go downstairs right now and I'll show you what I mean. So this is the garnish here in question. If you guys can see, it says Skyline straight across the back of the car, and there is an option currently, if you want to buy second hand, is $700. So yeah, as you saw, it was clear, and there is no way that I can sort of paint it from behind without making it look weird. So I'm just going to paint it from the front and match it up with the white. So what a lot of people do to make these look the best way that they can, and also block out all of the extra light from the LEDs that they use. Oh, and also I have no idea why, but I wanted the badge for the front, so I was looking up GTST badges and Nissan badges and stuff like that, and I actually found this. This is kind of like an old school style Skyline badge that came off like, I don't know, like the Hakosuka and the Ken Marys and everything else as well in Japan, and these look sick. So I was kind of thinking, you know, like how the GR Supra kind of had like the old school Supra logo, and how the old Skylines kind of had this. I think it'd kind of be like period correct to kind of put this on and make it look cool. So I'm going to try it. We'll see how it goes. The actual size of it looks like it'd fit up super well as well. That looks kind of sick. Alright, let's try it. Okay, it looks pretty cool actually. I'm actually quite surprised. I dig that. Whether it will stay on for long, I'm not quite sure, but we'll see how it goes. Looks kind of cool. Okay, so this right here is the EL panel, and it comes with like a little 12-volt inverter, because these things on 12-volt would just would not like life, and they would just blow up and burn out and yeah, do all that weird stuff. So yeah, 12-volt inverter, and then this goes out to a positive and negative that just needs a 12-volt source. Now I have not seen these before, and I'm really keen to see how they look, because man, I kind of like geek out over all this kind of like cool little technological stuff, so. And I've never seen these before, so we'll see how we go. Okay, so you guys can kind of see the panel down there. It's gonna touch it positive to positive, negative to negative to see what it looks like. Alrighty, let's see how we go. Bruh, that looks so sick. It's actually on the other side. You guys can kind of like not see it, but that's the way that they kind of make it change color is they just change the tape color, I could imagine. That is so cool. That's gonna be an awesome color for that light up Skyline badge. It's almost perfect. Rightio, so first step of making this work is going down and getting some color match paint for the R33, and that means taking the death trap. So we'll see how we go. Rightio, so we just got super cheap, ended up picking out some QM1 white. Now the worst thing is that they had 3 individual different whites there, which suck. There was a darker one, there was a lighter one, and there was a mix between the two. They were all made from 93 onwards, and all of them could have been a different version of the R33. I ended up getting the one without any violet pigments, and also because it's the back, there was one that was a little bit more yellowish, and I know that my car doesn't, I don't know, I went with the one that was kind of like a little yellowish, so yeah, anyway, ended up getting that one. Either way, it should turn out fine. I'm not really stressed. I could always just paint over the top of it with a different color anyway. So anyway, got those two there. Let's head back home. You guys have to hear this car. It sounds insane. Alright, so I have absolutely no idea how this thing comes off. I'm guessing you just pull this thing out. Oh, there's some little tiny... Ah, they did a Ford thing. Well, I guess Ford did a missing thing. So I'm guessing there'll be like 2 bolts behind it. But I have no idea. Oh, got it finally. Okay, looks like I've snapped it and wrecked it. Oh, no, she's all good, amazingly. No idea how or why. Alrighty, so looks like there's 4 10mm nuts, which I'll get out real quick. Okay, so this right here is the Skyline Standard Clear Garnish. Now we're going to be painting up the outside white today to show off the Skyline logo, which is really sick. So anyway, at the back here, you guys can see they probably have like these little bits here, I could imagine, for the original sort of things, whether they can wire them in or do whatever, I don't really mind. But we do need to retain at least these. This one here will be completely cut out. We need to retain these at least. So what I might do is I'm going to try and cut on the inside of all here, because all of these tabs you can pop off. However, it's all glued around the outside so no water gets in. So I'm going to have to cut pretty much all down through here, all down through there, all down through there, all down through there, and all the way back at the other side. That way I can fit the L panel in and fit it all nice and flush. Then after that, we're going to have to find a way to seal it back up again. But then if you guys remember, I did purchase that Dremel tool that one time as well. So there'll be, hopefully this plastic isn't too hard and it should be able to cut straight through it. So, see how we go. Seriously? So it's really cool how you can just cut this tape to sort of whatever size you want. So I just did a little bit of a test just then, cut off that little section at the end, and yeah, it's actually really good. I'm probably not going to use razor blades, so I'm just going to get an actual pair of scissors and that'll be way easier. But if you guys sort of know what I mean, I'm going to quickly show you guys what we're going to be doing. So I've successfully cut out the back of this strip, although it's not the best looking sort of cut. It's all I could do with the Dremel. It's going to get all that black plastic out, but I'll quickly show you guys what I mean. So this is the EL panel right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it down into there. So you can really manipulate this type of stuff. It's really, really cool. So that sits literally perfect in there like that. What that's going to do is it's going to shine through. Actually, it's the other way around, sorry. That side there should be facing out. And obviously with the front painted up, you will only notice the Skyline badge come through. It's going to look so sick. Oh man, I'm king. Rightio, the next step of this is probably going to be the hardest step that there is. I have to mask off this right here, which is the original Skyline badge. Now, I'm gonna do this with obviously a razor and just some masking tape. It's gonna be a bit of a challenge, I know, but we'll see how we go. Should look really cool at the end. Alrighty. Don't even ask me how long that took. I don't know, I wasn't counting, and I've been at it for, I honestly could not tell you. All the letters are now marked out. I tried to go around with them with a razor blade, and every single one of them are perfect, and they all like fit not only just on the tops, but also around the edges as well, so that'll make the edges light up also. Just give it a little bit of a neater, more factory look. Now we're ready for paint. All right, so for the people that are putting lights behind the Skyline badge, if you had a black car, you'd probably be all right, but any of the lighter colors, you're definitely gonna wanna put down a black base first, because if I put a full EL panel behind it, even though it's not that bright, if you just go straight ahead and put a white straight on top, the colors will start coming through and it won't look pretty at all. So what I'm gonna do, I had some black engine paint lying around. This doesn't have to be crazy, this doesn't have to go like a crazy finish, it just has to adhere to this right here. And engine paint pretty much just adheres to everything. It's just enamel with ceramic in it. Works perfectly. And then after that, I'm going to go over it with a filler primer. Now, the reason I'm doing this is so I can actually sand back this filler primer here, ready for some base coat. So this right here is going to match up hopefully perfect to the R33, but I highly doubt it because there was 3 different options, so I have like a 33% chance of it actually happening. And then, probably this stuff here would probably be the best. This stuff right here, which is a Juby Color clear coat. That is a high clear coat. It's gonna look really good against the rest of the car. Anyway, I'm gonna go sit these out in the sun for a little bit so they can warm up, especially this one here. Make sure I give it a good shake. And let's hit this right here with some color. Alrighty, so I'm in the back of the Skyline right now. I got everything to wire up this little section here. So what we're going to be wiring in is this right here, which is just like a power plug, which is just going to provide 12 volts to the inverter. So you can see I've stripped back them a little bit. I've also got a Holley heat shrink, a multimeter, and a soldering iron. The only way I was able to figure out which one of these was, because I want them to turn on with a brake light, because obviously with the brake light you can have that running at night. Obviously during the day you will not need it, and it won't come on when the brakes are on. So the only way I was able to find out which one was a brake light is by cutting one of them to see whether I just got lucky. I wasn't, so I'm going to have to resolder one of them, and this one here I'll be wiring up to the positive, which is these 3 right here. I'll be wiring up to the positive, and then I'll also be grabbing the negative, which is this one right here, and wiring it to that too. So that way it gives a constant 12 volt to the inverter. So let's quickly do that now.
Has anybody told you what? Have you any idea why?
Alright, so after doing all that wiring up here, I now have it all wired too, so when the brake lights come on, the EL panel should turn on. So let's have a quick look. Hey, that's awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. What's my phone going off for? Alrighty, all the wiring is now tied up in the back, and I've just sort of hung that little tiny inverter sort of inside there, and yeah, should be all good. So now I'm gonna hit it with some color matched paint. I really hope it's color matched. This could be very interesting, but yeah, and see how good we get it. The primer came out super nice, so I don't have an issue with that. Yeah, see how this goes. Alright, so I think that's pretty much done for the white. Now I'm going to do the clear coat over it, and then we should be good to go. Comes out really nice, so hopefully it's going to set really nice and flat. I'll be completely honest, pretty happy with how that matches up. It looks a little bit creamy in a way, but I think that's the same color. Be interesting to see what it does with clear on it. Well, look at that. Let's hope it dries like that, hey? Awesome. Looks great. The color's not too far off. I'm so keen. Rightio, she's all done now. It's actually really nice and glossy, but I won't be able to polish it or do anything crazy for the next few days, but you guys can kind of see it actually turned out really nicely for a white paint job. Rightio, let's get this masking tape off and see how we go. Rightio, one fail for ZacBaldy. The amount of layers I put on. I think the black hasn't actually properly set yet. And originally I was going to pull it off while it was still drying, and that way hopefully it wasn't going to sort of peel up or do anything crazy, because all the layers are kind of thick over those, over where it masks out. So I was trying, but so yeah, right here, you guys can see it all picked up on the edges, and it sort of just tore it all up. And I'll just leave that there for now, and then I'll actually get some touch-up paint and literally just mask it out and paint that with a paintbrush, and then clear over all the letters again as well, so it masks it all up nicely. But that's a bit disappointing. Either way, I'm gonna go test out the EL panel, put it all in behind it, see how it all goes, and so that way, hopefully, it gives it a little bit more time to dry, and I don't wreck the rest of this panel, because this is the only one I got. I might have to get another one. That's alright, they're not too expensive. Right, so I got the panel up here at the moment. The paint match is flawless, looks absolutely awesome, and that paint came out super, super nice too. But even better once I wet sand and polish it all out again. Looked great. But I have the EL panel installed on the back of it right now, so I'll quickly show you guys exactly what we did there. Paint's still a little bit wet to touch, so I'll try not to touch the actual paint itself. You guys can see the EL panel is stuck in there at the moment, so I'm just going to quickly put this back in place. And now the only one you'll see it of in the moment is the S, because obviously there's no paint around it. That's okay, we'll set that sorted. So anyway, let's go quickly turn the lights on. Oh man, I'm so keen for that. That's awesome. So because of what happened to the paint, I just tried to really douse on the white, and I fixed it up a little bit, and just sort of, that way I'm able to sort of get a razor blade on there and see if I can scratch off whatever's left of over the S. So it actually came up alright. I managed to fix a little bit of it. It does look a little bit weird, but as you can see, kind of a little bit of the paint sort of faded out and did stuff weird. So anyway, the goal for tomorrow is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one final thick coat over the white, the whole thing, re-clear the whole thing, and then I'll let it dry in the sun all day, and then hopefully by tomorrow afternoon everything will be all synced so I can start pulling some letters off. But yeah, as for now, I'm just going to leave it the way it is, and yeah, we'll come back to it tomorrow, and I'll finish off today's video. So it is the next day, and I've completed the thing. I didn't get the S perfect, but I will be able to grab some touch-up paint and just go around it just really, really neatly. But it doesn't look the greatest, but the rest of the letters turned out completely fine. Super, super happy. All right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to wire it all in, grab a 10mm, do it all up, and it should be ready to rock. See what we can do. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to show you the garnish as it came out. Everything. The paint isn't the greatest, and I haven't put clear over it just yet again, but here she is. The skyline garnish looks great. The black bit up here I'm going to paint white. I ended up just not masking it off again yesterday. That's why it's sort of weird at the top now. But yeah, it looks great. I can't wait to sort of scuff it all back, get rid of all those horrible marks, fix it all up, and then I'll go over with one final layer of clear, and it'll look really good. I feel like it'll tie the whole thing up. But let's chuck it on the car right now and see just how well this looks against the factory garnish that costs $800. Alright, it's all in, looking really nice. The S is looking a little bit funky, but that's okay. Color match is perfection. Rightio, all that's left to do is turn the lights on now. Oh my god. They look a little bit weird when you look at it from the top because there's still that black piece there. Maybe I have to push the light forward, but I might actually try that right now, see if I can get that light a little bit further forward. Right, so from the top you can kind of see the outline of the black edge, but coming down here, it looks so rad. Oh man, I am so stoked at that. And there you have it guys, that's what she looks like at night. That is so sick. It's so cool.